Note, I just want to apologize. There's what looks like a pulsing thing throughout this entire video, especially apparent when I view a command block GUI. I just want to apologize for that. It's absolutely my fault. I pushed the wrong button on OBS before I started recording. I apologize. Enjoy the video. Welcome back, Mushroom and Toad here, and today I am on a Minecraft snapshot. This is snapshot 17W45B, just came out. So, with this snapshot, we have a bunch of new command changes, and as well in 1.13 we have a new data pack format, which I'll be going through all of that, but I want to show off, very first and foremost, what I did with all this new functionality we have. So, very first thing I did is I tried to get my head around these new commands. We have a new command, which is /data. By the way, new interface there, if that surprised you. So you have data get, data merge, and data remove, and I'll be showing you how you can use that for something very effective. But first of all, we have this command here, which I'd like to use. However, it seems as though it doesn't want to work. It didn't work in a command block because apparently I had a space after dummy, so watch out, don't have any spaces after dummy. So we've created a new objective called rotation, and it's really long command that looks complicated, but it isn't. Now walk through it. We have /execute. Execute's format has been changed majorly. I have a link in the description to the 1.13 changelog page if you want to find out more about that. But one of the things you can do, execute store. So store is going to set a score, or it'll set a score, so we have execute, and we're going to go store. In fact, this is the easy way to show it. Execute store, and then I can either store the success or the result. I don't know what it does for block or entity, but I know what it does for score, and that's what I'm using it for. So we're going to go result first. Result, so that it's going to store the result of a command that it's executing. Store, so it's going to store the result, score, and then we're going to go targets. That'll be me. Objectives, rotation. So I want to start in that new objective rotation I just made. That's why I stored it there. And then run. You have to put run in between execute and the command you're running just for syntax clearing. That basically tells it, okay, that's the end of the execute command. This is the start of the new command. It just has to be there. Put run in there. Then we're going to use this data command. We're going to go /data get entity. So we're getting the data of an entity. Target me. Path. Now for the path, I can pick any NBT that has a numeric value. So in this case, I want to use rotation. And then to get it on the x-axis, I have to use rotation 0 because that's what it is. So if I want, so up and down is 1, left to right is 0. So data get entity at p rotation colon, not colon, 0 in those brackets, and then scale is going to be, oh, and we're getting mobs. Scale is going to be just 1 because that'll multiply it basically when you do the command. So if I were to say, if I do it as 1. Right now, my rotation is 263. And by the way, you can also do data get entity at p, and it'll give me all of my player data right now. Right here, you can see my rotation is currently 263, and if I do this command, it'll be 263 scale, which has changed that. So if I scale it 2, it multiplies it by 2. I mean, technically it's 263.5, but that's just for really preciseness, which is I don't actually need for what I'm going to be doing. So basically, it's going to run that data command, and then it's going to store the result as my rotation score. So if we just scoreboard objectives, because this still works, set display sidebar rotation, and then we go can't spell scoreboard. Players set at p rotation. If you don't know what this is, plenty of videos on Scoreboard out there. Score 1. So now my rotation score is 1. Once we set this to always active, boom. Now you can see my rotation displayed over here, which is a brand new thing in 1.13, which I think is like the awesomest feature they've ever implemented. So no matter where I look, it'll match me. Now, Okay, first thing I want to say, game rules don't work in this snapshot apparently. So like I tried to do game rule do daylight cycle false, and you'll see the moon continues to move. I tried to zoom in with Optifine. There is no Optifine for snapshots. So yeah, there's no game rule, so I can't actually stop the command block output from coming. Normally you would just do game rule command block output false. But as I'm about to demonstrate, that doesn't work. So this command here does something very simple, and I'll be showing you how I created it in just a moment, but I just want to show you here where this is useful. Now, as you can see, I can't get rid of that chat spam. Okay, there we go. I knew it was working. So, right here, I have, depending on where I'm rotating, it'll always be off of my left arm. So yeah, there we go. It'll follow me around. No matter where I look, it'll follow me. And that's just something you can do. By the way, the reason I'm not using game loop function, because obviously if you saw here the command function mmt:particle, like I said, game rules don't work, so I can't do game rule game loop function, which is very unfortunate because it means I get chat spammed. So how did I create this? Alright, so the first place you want to be is inside your saves folder. So app data, roaming, .minecraft saves, 1.13 snapshot testing work. So what you want to do is you want to go into data packs, create a folder, and this is just going to be to separate it, basically. This would be the name of your data pack if you were to distribute it or anything like that. It's just the namespace, so you want to create that. Go into here. First thing you'll need is a Pack.mcmeta. I'll put a link in the description to what... Actually, I'll just put the text in the description. Basically, you got to paste something into there to make it go. And then you need to create a folder here called data. And then you want to create a namespace. So this will be more important than this thing. Your namespace is going to be what it'll basically be like, instead of using Minecraft colon, an advancement, or Minecraft colon function, this would be like, in my case, MMT colon function, which you can see in my Minecraft world inside of this command block is MMT:particle. So that's where you would use something like that. So back to being inside of here. You go into the MMT and you'll see function. So inside this MMT folder here, I can then do advancements, functions, loot tables, and structures. And in this case, I just needed to make a function for a really quick demonstration purpose. So I made a function and I called it particle MC function. Hence why in the Minecraft world, it's called MMT particle. So now what's in this function? Well, if I bring it over here to this window, this is Eclipse. It's a Java programming software, basically. Lets you do that really, really easily. Absolutely amazing software, in my opinion. And I just wrote a really quick command generator with it, and I'll demonstrate it here. If I just run this, basically I just put in the information I need. So here I've got it telling me what particle to use. Here I've got what the particle should do, and I just set it up. It's really just bodged together, to be fair. But it does the job. And so if I run it, then down here it'll say, basically it'll generate me a whole bunch of commands. And it'll say execute at, which is another one of the execute functions that have been added in 1.13. And then we can go at A. And then we've got scores equals. You can go rotation, which is the score I've got. By the way, this is the new syntax for score. There's no score, rotation, min equals. Nope, just scores equals, and then this. I can put that in there and it'll do then run, right? Because run separates end of execute command from beginning of next command. Then it'll do particle mob spell and it'll calculate the coordinates of it so that it follows me. And that's basically what I made this whole thing for. And so yeah, it'll generate me, basically it'll just generate me, 360 functional commands, which is really, really handy. That's what you can do. That's one of the examples of what you can do. This is why 1.13 is going to be so awesome, because it lets us do things like this. What I just did there, that would have been, you would have been doing a ridiculous amount of work to do that. Meanwhile, I've got the whole thing running with 3 command blocks. Technically 2 of loop functions would do it. I just have to run 2 commands. Actually, if functions was working, 1 command have to be run in-game, and then the rest of it could be run from a function. That wouldn't have been possible before. Or at least the function would have had to have been way more complicated. And we're just getting features like this. I can also do it with position, because position is a numerical value, and just stuff like that. So this is really, really gonna be a handy thing. So with that, that's all I got for today. I want to thank you for watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed and or learned something, and do even consider subscribing if you're not already and want to see more videos like this, because I'm gonna continue to mess around with the 1.13 new features. There is so much potential here. I'm loving this update already. Okay, this one is gonna be awesome. So yeah, thank you for watching. This has been Mushroom Man Toad, and I will see you in the next video. Wow, this update is hype.